Hey everyone, my name is Blakey and welcome to the London Serato studio. Now, for today's top 5 video, I'm going to show you my top 5 ways of MIDI mapping features in Serato DJ Pro to a club kit enabled mixer. Today we're going to be using Pioneer DJ's DJM-900NXS2, flagship mixer. I'm sure all of you club DJs out there know all about this mixer, but not everyone knows the capabilities that this mixer has with Serato DJ Pro when it comes to MIDI mapping. So I'm going to MIDI map my top 5 features in Serato to different parts of this mixer and show you how to do it. Number 1, echo out on the channel faders. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to allow MIDI mapping is head to the settings in Serato, head to the MIDI tab, and then your device that you have connected will come up here, and then you just need to make sure that this box, enable MIDI device, is checked. Once that's done, it will allow you to MIDI map features in Serato to the mixer. So when I use Club Kit, I like to use the 2 channels in the middle of the mixer. So I have Serato Deck 1 coming through channel 2 and Serato Deck 2 coming through channel 3. One major advantage of this is it gives you channels 1 and 4 that are on either side, and if you're just using 2 decks, you won't be using these channels. So what I like to do is I like to use these 2 channels to MIDI map things in Serato too, so I can control certain aspects of Serato DJ Pro with the mixer. To MIDI map clean echo out in Serato DJ Pro to this fader here for the left deck, all you need to do is head to the MIDI tab inside Serato. Then head down to clean echo out. Now you can either MIDI map the on and off, or you can MIDI map the amount. I'm going to MIDI map the amount. So all you need to do is click on the amount where it says click to assign MIDI. Serato is waiting for you to move the fader or twist the dial that you'd like to assign it to. So I'm just going to move that. And you can see that that's done already. You don't actually have to do anything else with that specific MIDI mapping. So as you can see, moving the fader up and down is moving the amount of clean echo out. So now I know when I'm DJing out, all I need to do is make sure that clean echo out is enabled in the software. It will echo out the track. Now that this side is done, I also want to MIDI map echo out for this deck to this one here. Same again. Up to the MIDI tab in Serato, down to clean echo out, click on the knob there, move the channel fader, and that's done. Make sure that it's turned on, and then once you move the fader up, it will echo out. 2, instant doubles. So when DJing out in a club, every now and then you're forced to use instant doubles because maybe somebody spilled a drink on one of the decks, or the other deck is old and it's not as good as the other one. Whatever the case may be, you may need to use instant doubles in Serato. There is a very, very simple way of doing this so that you don't have to keep going over to the laptop and dragging the song into the other deck. First of all, you need to figure out which button you would like to assign instant doubles to. Now on this mixer, there are a few buttons that I never use. This being one of them, the Q button on the master channel. I never use that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to MIDI map instant doubles to this button so that all you need to do, if you're playing a song on this CDJ and this one's working fine, but this one is out of action, you can play a song on here through this channel, press this button, and then it will be playing in exactly the same place on the other channel, and you can just swap between them. Let me show you how to do that. As you can see in the MIDI panel here in Serato, you have instant double on the right side and instant double on the left side. We are going to be instant doubling with deck 2, so we need instant double here on the right side for deck 2. So all you need to do is click instant double where it says click to assign MIDI, and then head over to the mixer, and I'm going to press this button. You actually have to press it twice until it turns blue in Serato. So now that button is assigned. However, there's one more step. If you can see on the screen where it says data type absolute and it says C next to it, that means if you press the C key on your keyboard, it will cycle through the different data types. You want the data type for any button that you're assigning to be relative on-off. So now let's play this track. Now, with this CDJ out of action, let's imagine someone spilled a drink on this in the club and this is no longer in use. You can't use this and you're forced to DJ off one deck. You've got this song playing, and as soon as I press this button here, you'll see on the Serato screen that the track will get mimicked onto the right deck. The reason this is useful is now all I need to do is go like this, and I have this deck free again. So you're just DJing off one deck. Very, very useful and can get you out of jail at some point when you're DJing in a club and something goes wrong with the equipment. Number 3, assigning the beat value dial to the mixer. Assigning the beat value for the effects in Serato DJ Pro makes life really easy when you want to switch between, say, a quarter of a beat, half a beat, or one beat. Personally, I always use half a beat or one beat. So let me show you how to assign the beat value knob in Serato to the mixer. Again, let's head to the MIDI tab, and then let's go down to here where it says beats, and let's click on the dial there. Now, I like to assign it to this dial here for the left deck, and this dial here for the right deck. So let's assign it to this one, so you just move that, and that's done. Let's go over here and do the same for the right side. Click on that, and then move this. Something that is really, really useful about this is the beat value will always be at the same position on the dial. I always use half a beat or one beat. So I know just by looking at the mixer, if I want it to be on one beat, that's where it needs to be. And if I want it to be on half a beat, that's where it needs to be. So I still have my echo out assigned here. So now let's just play the track. Number 4, assigning hot cues. Another really useful feature, especially if you're using hardware that doesn't have any hot cues. Like right now we've got the CDJ 3000s, they have hot cue buttons, but maybe you're using turntables with the 900NXS2. You can assign hot cues in Serato DJ Pro to different buttons on the mixer. So let's head to the MIDI tab in Serato, and then let's head down to the hot cues. Now I'm going to assign hot cue 1 of deck 1 to this button here. So I'm going to press that and then press this button here until it goes blue, which means it's assigned. Now, like before, we need to change the data type to relative on-off, and you can do that by pressing the C key on your keyboard. So now that's on relative on-off. So now, Number 5, assigning multiple effects. So you can actually assign multiple effects in Serato DJ Pro to just one button or dial on the mixer, and this is through our advanced MIDI mapping feature. So what I would like to do is I would like to assign 3 of Serato's effects to just this one color effect dial here. So let's open up the MIDI tab in Serato again. So for the first one here, I'm going to assign the amount of echo out to here. So that's done. Then I'm going to move over to Epic Verb Drop, click on that, move this. Now you can see Serato is asking us if we would like to overwrite what this is assigned to, or if we'd like to add it as an additional mapping. We'd like to add it as an additional mapping, so let's just press A on the keyboard, and that's done. Then let's move over to Tremolo, the amount, click that, move this, and again, A to add an additional mapping. So that's done. So now, if I come out of the MIDI tab, if I move this, you can see that it's actually affecting all 3 of the dials. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. So those are my top 5 ways of taking features from Serato DJ Pro and controlling them from a club kit enabled mixer via MIDI mapping. You can MIDI map with any club kit enabled mixer. So hopefully this video's got you inspired to come up with some of your own MIDI mappings. Thanks for watching, see you next time.